All right, looks like we're live across all of the different channels. How are you guys doing today? How are you, Dennis?
Good. Glad to be here with you, Vito.
Me too. It's really great to have this live session to walk through the integration and see what we've been working on together. How are you, Jerome?
I'm great. Thank you.
Awesome. So Jerome is basically gonna walk us through um, the features that were released with the integration between MainWP and Atarim. And Dennis, you and I are going to comment on things and kind of talk about the reasoning and why we decided to go down the path of integrating in this type of way. And I also like to encourage everyone that is watching and that is joining us across the different channels to chime in the chat, ask us any questions. We're going to be able to see your comments right here. So before we dive in, how about we kind of ask the people that are already joining us, where are you joining from? And are you already a main WP user? Are you already an Atarim user? So let's get some engagement. Let's see that everyone is alive here on this broadcast. So let's see what comes up on the comments here. And in the meantime, Jerome, are you all set up with the demo environment? I know that you've been working to kind of make sure that everything is nice and smooth.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. So before we dive in, how about Dennis, you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a little bit about Main WP. What is Main WP?
Hi, everybody. I'm Dennis Dornan. I'm the co-founder of MainWP, and MainWP is a self-hosted WordPress manager that allows you to control all your websites from one central dashboard. And that's basically it.
Okay, cool. So that the idea is to basically help agencies and people that are managing multiple assets to all do the whole thing from one go, and that is really something that you guys and us at Adarim share. Only that we approach this from a different point of view, right? Because we're both like systems to manage multiple assets, but you guys are doing this from the technical aspect of it. So it allows you to update plugins, make sure that you update your themes, check uptime, downtime, security
Security.
vulnerabilities,
Yeah.
all of those kind of cool stuff that happen from there. While Atarim is focused on the collaboration aspect, where we're allowing web agencies and freelancers to collaborate visually, as well as centralized all of the communications that they have externally with their clients and internally with their own team through the agency dashboard. So it really is really cool that the two systems come together and allow you to have a full solution, both from the technical aspect with main WP and from the communication aspect from with Adarim. And we have Mustasam that's been a key supporter of and key component
Yes.
of this project to make this happening. So thanks for joining us, Mustasam. And we have Jos from no way I can pronounce this the name of this city, but from the Netherlands, Jos. I've been using MainWP for years and just exploring Adarim. That's awesome. And we got George joining us. George from he's a famous Atarim user, and it's great to have you on board here, George. And let's see. So, how about we just dive straight in, Jerome? I'm gonna bring your screen up,
Sure.
and we can maybe you can give us like a quick overview of the things that we've created with this integration, and then we can dive into each one of the features.
Yeah, sure. So I'm on my. So let's start from the Atrium dashboard quickly, actually, because I don't think should I go through quickly what Atrium does just very shortly,
Yeah, that's great.
just for two
Let's do that.
minutes. So Atrium allows you to add any site via URL. So I'm gonna add Apple for an example. And what this does is it pulls in the website, and then my clients can then leave me requests on the page, or I can work internally, however you want to use it, basically. And this is what this integration is taking advantage of. So, let's say, for example, my client doesn't like this logo, say this sucks, for example. right? And then I've got a piece of feedback on my dashboard, which I can then change this logo or whatever. So, I can do this with copy, I can upload images and so on and so forth. So that's the basic functionality of Atarim. And with this integration, we've sort of brought this together with MainWP. And I think you can already see how this can be useful. So if I'm inside my MainWP dashboard and then I go to my manage sites, I've got 3 here at the moment. So let's say these two I've already added, but let's say I want to start collaborating on my client, with my client on this one, for example. All I need to do is scroll across and click this button here. What this does is it then takes you to your Atarim dashboard and it pulls in this website similar to how I just showed you via URL. Oh, the illustration's broken for some reason. But let's say now I can start leaving requests straight away. And what this does is it then feeds it back into MainWP, which I'll show you afterwards. But the cool thing also is that on my website screen, I will already see some information from MainWP to this website. So you can see this is one I just added through here.
Right.
But because this is actually connected to my MainWP account, we can see the widget here. And this is the first thing that I'm going to go into detail about. So what we're showing you here is we're showing you how many updates are available, whether the site is up or down, and security vulnerabilities. And the reason this is showing down is because I actually haven't synced this site with my dashboard. So if I click on this, this is going to take me to and I'm going to show you how it updates instantly, which is great. So this takes you to the dashboard if you click on one of these. And then when I'm inside here, if I go to sites and then I go to monitoring, so we can see on this, I've got this one is down and this one is down. And it's because I don't actually know the status yet. So if I just tick these on and I go to check now, it's going to check that these 2 sites are okay. And now that I've done that, if I refresh here, we will see that these sites are up now. So what this is intended to do is basically give you a small overview of the health of your website without you needing to go to your MainWP dashboard. And if there is a problem, I can click here and quickly go straight in and update. So how many we got? We got 1, 1, 6. If I click update everything, hopefully nothing breaks, because you know how WordPress plugins can be. It's got 5 themes on this one.
Yeah, you always have the all of the yearly themes, right?
Yeah.
Basically there in all of these websites.
The ones that nobody uses anymore, but they're still there for some reason.
So while this is updating here in the background, basically there's 2 workflows to go about this, and this is what we try to consider with the integration. One is a lot of people that are using MainWP. This is their go-to dashboard in the morning. They'll just open this up, right, Dennis? That kind of is the expected flow for users to open this every day.
Open it up and hit sync data and see what changes need to be done, what work needs to be done, and you can check everything directly from there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So a lot of people are going in there every morning and just trying to check what needs updating. And the same thing for Atarim. This is like the inbox, right? So you would go in there in the morning and make sure that you don't have any requests, or check which requests you have from your clients every morning. Whether they came in through our email support desk or whether they came through the visual collaboration tools that Jerome has showcased here. But the idea is that you have those 2 paths. And now with this integration, you can decide or even have both ways where you can click from one end and land on the other, and do the same thing from the other platform as well, where you want to collaborate with websites and things like the tasks that Jerome is going to show shortly. So Jerome, you clicked on the update. Now what happened?
Now we can see we have 0, 0, and 0 because MainWP updated everything for us.
Right.
We've still got some security vulnerabilities, which you can go through, and I can see on here. I can fix all of these, but I'm not going to waste everyone's time waiting for it to fix them. But essentially, if I click here, it will these will show 0 too. So essentially, this is just you want to keep these on 0. I know some plugin updates can be a bit finicky, but then this obviously, if this says down, then you instantly know, okay, cool, I've got an issue I need to go and solve, and it's as simple as just clicking here, and then we can go and solve it. So that's from the dashboard side.
But I would
Now,
even say, I would even point to the fact that if you have the Atarim plugin installed, in the same way that you can do for MainWP, and I think that this is the only feature that we have in common, which is the auto login button, right?
Correct.
yep,
So you can click right on the. If you hover over this, you click on this button, and if it's a WordPress website, then it will just kind of open the whole thing over there, right?
yeah, exactly. But
Log you in.
it's also handy as well, because we don't actually, for if you're adding a site via URL, we're not linked to WordPress, so you can't automatically log in. But if you've got your MainWP account and your Atom account linked, if I want to log into a site that I've got as a URL but not the plugin, I can just click here, go to sites, and log in from here. So we sort of have extended that functionality from
Right.
MainWP to the dashboard as well. So, and then I can do it in the usual way, where if I go to manage sites, and then I can log in.
Right.
So that's from that end. And now with the task, so we just saw I created one. So down here, I'm talking about here. So if I go to here, what this does is it counts the amount of tasks. And if I click, we will pull in a list of those tasks. So I can see, all of the ones that have been opened on a particular website.
Very
If I
cool.
click take me there, it's going to take me to the site, but I'll show you that afterwards. And, I get the status, pending review here, and I get the priority of each task. And I can see this per website by clicking on each one. So, we can see we've got a critical task here, we've got a medium one, and the date created. But you also, on your overview screen, you get a full list of all tasks across all of your sites. So I can imagine if, you've got 100 websites here, this is a great way to just keep track of what's happening to your websites on the front end with your clients, because generally speaking, these two things are very separate, right? You've got your maintenance care plans, which is exactly what we used to have, and then you've got your, I don't know, your ticketing system or your emails or whatever you're using to sort of communicate with your clients. But when you've got it like this, it's super integrated, right? I can see everything my clients are saying, and then if I click take me here, or sorry, take me there, it's going to take me to this exact task inside my inbox. So now, now I get all of the information about the task. I get a screenshot which shows me where the task was made. I get some
The
technical
automated
info.
screenshot.
Yeah, sorry, this is an
Yeah.
automated screenshot, which is basically showing you where your client clicked when they created it. I'm getting the message, and I'm getting a bunch of other stuff. And then if I want to go even further, I can then say, take me there again. And then this is going to take me to it on the front end of the site or inside the iframe of where we have the URL website.
Right.
So you can see how it kind of covers both bases. You got the technical side on our end. If you're on here and you notice, oh my God, the site's down, I need to go and check. Or if you're on here and you've had a client that's gone absolutely crazy and left you 100 tasks, instead of you finding out about it, 10, 15 minutes after you should have, I've got a critical task here. I want to take care of that. Take me there, boom, and then I fix it.
That's awesome. And when when you click that button, it basically takes you to the Atarim inbox
Exactly.
that allows you to manage all of these requests at speed, but also check your actual inbox, the email inbox that is fully integrated into the platform over there. And so there's a few things here that are kind of different between premium users and some of the free users. Do you want to kind of explain, Jerome, how we broke this
Yeah,
or how we
sure.
decided to do this?
Yeah, sure. So this full list is you have to have the Atom extension, which is in the paid version. The functionality that is available on the free version is inside the managed sites, the button to create a site inside Atarim, and
Right.
then start collaborating with your clients. This is free, and you will see the amount of tasks you have here, and you will get the list of the tasks you have here. But
Yeah.
with the extension comes the widget here with the deeper integration, because this requires you to use the API keys and the consumer key
Right.
from MainWP, and it also gives you the task lists on the overview screen. And also inside, if I go to extensions and I go to Atarim, I also really like this brag on Twitter thing. That's a great idea. And then here I see, the websites, and here this is where it will take me to the website instead of showing me the
Right.
list of tasks. So this is also part of the extension. And the reason why I think they are separate is we obviously want to give the very core functionality for free. And then if you do want to integrate it into your workflow where you've got 100 sites and you want to have them all connected here with all of this, that's why you need the extension for those ones to have the deeper integration between them.
Yeah.
Um,
And
sorry, go for it.
so, Dennis, I wanted to ask you, when it comes to the separation between the free main WP and the extension-based main WP, how does that really work on your side?
On our end, for them actually ordering Pro, what we do is we try and give away as much as we can for free. I mean, we are running a business, but we want to get into that main plugin, everything you need to actually be able to run an agency. And then if you want to upgrade to the more advanced features, then you get Pro. And it's just one, you don't have to pick and choose. Every extension comes in the Pro package. So you get everything all at once.
Okay. And what kind of other extensions can people expect for within the Pro?
We got backup, security, code snippets, adding different pages, boilerplates, things like that. There's over 30 extensions, and we don't even push you to buy the Pro extensions. We do have the API. We have over 500 hooks and actions too for people who want to build their own.
Right.
You can take care of that all on your end. So it's very customizable, just like WordPress itself. Everything can be, you can build your own. You don't have to use anything from us. And we just try to make it as easy as we can for people to run the business how they want to.
Yeah, that's why it's a kind of a modular kind of a base, right? So you can choose, and it integrates with all kinds of different tools, like it integrates with Atarim, so that it chooses all kinds of other services and tools that I know that we used as an agency, and that a lot of our users are also using, whether it's on the security side or backups and all of those kind of things, and that allows you to really tailor your workflow as you need to based on the different integrations and the extensions that you install within your main WP dashboard.
Right. And I know looking at a lot of this from somebody who hasn't used MainWP, it may look a little overwhelming. You can add and remove widgets just like you can on your WordPress dashboard. You can remove functions so if it's looking a little hectic to somebody who's never seen the MainWP dashboard before, you can customize this however you want. Remove things, add things. Even on the sites page Jerome was on earlier, you can remove different columns from there if you don't want to see everything all at once. Because that was the first thing when it looks like a lot's there, and there is a lot there, but you don't have to see everything that you don't want to see.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
And then from the Atarim point of view, Jerome, what is the difference between the free and the paid plan?
So the free plan on Atarim, you get, again, the core functionality. So you can add sites via URL. You can add via the plugin, which would take me half an hour to describe what you can do with that because there's so much there. But you get the very core functionality. It's only the things like that are made for people who have, quite a big network of websites, or they've got 10 people in their agency. But if you're just a freelancer who has even 50 websites, you can add them all here and collaborate with your clients. But when it comes to things like internal tasks, which are used for working with your team management, time tracking, white labeling, all of the little things that sort of bring the whole platform together are on our paid plans. But if you want to get the core functionality, which is the most useful thing of the platform, you could just use it for completely free.
Right. And maybe even while you're kind of showing a little bit more of the integration, I'm going to share a link here to the landing page so people can even follow with us and see exactly what is going on. So, Jerome, please take over and show us
Yeah, sure.
what else.
Yeah, sure. So you saw that I added this website via URL. It's actually not connected to my main WP dashboard, but I also have the tasks in my overview as well. So this is great for websites that don't have WordPress installed. So let's say, I don't know, you've got these random Drupal websites, or you're working with some clients use Shopify, for example. They're not going to be part of your main WP dashboard anyway because they aren't WordPress, but you will still get the tasks inside here as well. So we're even bringing in sites that are not via WordPress. Even if you're not using main WP for the maintenance for them because they aren't WordPress, you still get all of the tasks in here as well. So it still brings them together, which is awesome. One thing I don't have set up is the reports, and I apologize for that. But with the and remind me, Dennis, what the extension's called for exporting reports. Like, it's like it gives you like
Per
the
report.
plugins that, yeah, pro reports. That's exactly it. The Atarim task, so it will look like this, very similar to this. They get exported inside that PDF as well. So your clients can literally see everything you've been working on, and they will also give you the time entries of your sites on Atarim. And
Oh,
I'll show
that's
you what
awesome.
that looks like quickly. So if I go to here, and let's say I want to work on, let's go to here, and I want to work on this task, I can add a timer, and then I can log. So I say I go and take me there. I see exactly what the problem is. So they want to change. They want to change this to Hello Earth instead of Hello World. So let's say the time is still running. I go back. And then let me go back to the inbox. And then I've done this. This is done. It took me 30 seconds.
You can even mark this as billable there, right?
Exactly, yeah. So if I mark this as billable, and I'll show you why that is useful. I mean, I can also complete the task from here as well.
Which is going to notify the client immediately that the task is done, so you don't need to go back to your email and send yet another message. All
Exactly. I
those
didn't
kind of
I didn't even
things.
have to speak to them in this case.
Right.
So we've got the time entry here. So this, you can export this here if you want from the Atarim dashboard. But instead of just doing that, this is also
That's also white labeled, right?
white
Yeah.
label as well. Yeah, exactly. But instead of doing that, if you wanted to include everything inside your, your maintenance or your maintenance report and your front end web report, you could do that all with the Pro Reports plugin with just a click of a button. And I'm sorry I don't have an example of that,
Yeah.
but it
So
does it does look like it's essentially the task list you see on the overview. It's just put into the PDF.
And it's really just in the reports now with the newest reports, once we launched with the Atarim, it's just a drop down. You select if you want to show it or not show it.
Awesome.
So it's very
And we
simple to
can
add to.
see it's already showing me, look, this task is complete, the one that I just did. So it's super quick. It's really, really snappy. We're pulling in, I think, every single minute it's checking to see if a task has been updated.
okay, yeah. I remember even with our care plans, the reports were an integral part of the entire process. When we started, you would go to Atarim, you'd send a message out through the email, tell the client that we're starting to work on this on the update round. Once and then jump over to MainWP, work your magic, with all of those kind of different things. Once the process is done, you can send a message back to the client from the Atarim dashboard and tell them, okay, the website is now up to date. After exporting a report that tells you from MainWP that gives you all of the plugins that you updated, a performance report and a security report, and of course all of the tasks that were done over the past 30 days or 1 week, whenever was the last round of updates that you've done for the client, and that just kind of shows them and illustrates the value that you're providing to them instead of just telling them it's done. They don't know what's done, but sending a 6-page report that shows them exactly the action items that you took shows to them, first of all, that they don't want to do this on their own. They're better off paying you to do this every month on their behalf. But also, it kind of ups your value to them. This is also a great opportunity to check if you have any additional work that can be done with the client. And we even have a kind of a trick for that, right, Jerome, with with the future task and the backlog tagging system within Atarim that allows you to take basically every task from a project that a client requests that is a little bit out of scope, let's say. Instead of just saying no or getting bummed out that you need to do extra work, we just made it a habit to just go into the tags and add like future task or something like that. And then once you have these little downtimes within your agency, that's when you would go into here, filter out based on this particular tag, and
Okay.
then you have a backlog of work that you can just kind of go back to with your clients, and along with the report, you send them. And this month, how about we tackle this? Are you still looking to create this additional form? or this client dashboard that you wanted to build in, or do you still need that landing page that we skipped because we would just needed to launch the website? So this allows you to really make sure that you have a constant flow of work from your existing client, which is really the secret of care plans, is that you don't need to chase new clients all the time. You just work with your existing clients, add value to them, and of course upsell with additional services and work.
Yeah, exactly. And this integration makes it super easy just to keep those two parts of your business just in tandem with the front. And the thing I like saying is that, it's your back end and your front end work all in one with this
Right.
integration. And it's not, because
That's
there
perfect.
is no solution to these two problems are very separate. Not problems, but keeping your maintenance up to scratch, making sure your clients always are, your care plan clients especially, but then any requests they have, it's always separate, because it's just there isn't a service that combines the two, but this integration does that.
That's awesome. So, Joe, maybe you want to pull up that landing page
Yeah,
that I
sure.
shared as well, so we can go through this. And um, I'd like to encourage everyone that if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat here. I think we're kind of done with the first part of the presentation and showcasing the features, right, Jerome? We went through everything.
Yeah, I think we did. There is, yes, yeah. We do have all. I wish I had the reports. It's the only thing we're missing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I showed everything.
Right. And there's even, if you on the landing page, there's even like a quick
There's some screenshot.
breakdown of
Oh
all of the
yeah, of
different
course.
things
Yeah.
that shows you exactly what is included. And well, Dennis, what are you looking forward as a former agency owner yourself, with something like this? How would that have transformed the way that you would run your agency back in the day?
I think anything that allows you just to see everything from either dashboard, one dashboard, and allows you just to jump in and see the work you need to do, just makes your day a lot easier instead of having to worry about what's going on the front end, what's going on in the back end. With this integration, we can see exactly what's happening from one place in the morning when you come in. You know how your day is going to go right away without having to check two, three, four different things. I think that's
Right.
the biggest thing for the integration.
Yeah, it just makes life a little easier, isn't it?
Right.
And so if you start scrolling down, Jerome, let's do a quick recap before we're going to wrap up this session. So the first thing that we have that we showcased, or even that's one on the top. No, that's the one there. So we have this little widget inside the Atarim website screen that shows you on websites that were already added to MainWP. Automatically, Atarim is going to identify them, and it's going to add this little widget on the top left that shows you how many plugins you need to update, plugins and themes, if the website is up, if the website is down, so that you know to start running like a headless chicken, right? If it's broken, and of course, if there are any security risks that you need to take care of urgently. And once you click on that, it's going to take you directly into your MainWP dashboard, and so you can start working on these different action items. And even with the next update to this extension, well, we're integrating this with a secure token that allows you to log into your MainWP account with just that one click. So you don't even need to share logins with your team members or things like that, right, Jerome?
Yeah, exactly. And I also was talking to Bogdan about this, and I actually want to do it so you go to the specific website, not just the overview. So you click on it, and it will take you to, instead of taking you to the overview, it will take you to the overview of that particular site, which I think will be really helpful, because then you can just
Yeah,
go and fix that one site itself,
right.
which is better. So we're currently, and there's some other things we're talking about, but we're not quite sure yet. But there will be an update coming around mid next week.
That's awesome. And so in both of our groups, on the Facebook groups, I think that this is something that is very common to both how Dennis runs his business, how we do the same as well. We listen to the users and we try to make sure that we are in line or in sync with what people are after. So if there are any additional things that you think would be magical with this integration, make sure that you ping us in those groups. Let us know what would work for you. um, if it's interesting, we might tackle this pretty soon, right?
Yeah, definitely. And because like the initial work is done where we are basically integrated, adding stuff is a lot easier than,
Yeah,
building it from scratch. So any new stuff, pulling in the tasks into stuff and it's all there. So yeah,
that's awesome.
as long
Right.
as it's
So
reasonable, a reasonable
yes.
request. Yeah.
So right after the one click from Atarim over to MainWP, you can scroll down and then you can see the one click collaboration from MainWP over to Atarim, which basically allows you to start working with your clients with literally one click. Then you can invite them over. Again, if you don't have an account, you can join into the free account easily, and then from there you can make sure that everything is nice and smooth with the work between the two different platforms, and of course with your team as well. So that's the second cool integration. We're also pulling in how many tasks are open within that particular website, and that really showcases the third screenshot, really showcases the visual collaboration over there. And of course we have this handsome fella right here in the middle.
In the
uh,
same position.
yes.
Oh yeah, you are in the same position. Yeah, same t-shirt.
And then after that, we have the dashboard or the new widget that is inside the main WP dashboard that allows you to make sure that you can see all of the latest Atarim tasks. Click on them, it's going to take you directly into your inbox so you can tackle the task, change the statuses, add tags, assign different team members, and of course, go directly to that task to start executing on it, start tracking time, and all of those kind of cool stuff. And finally, we have the reports that allow you to export a PDF report, a beautiful PDF report with all of the different things that you need to do or that you've done for your clients within that specific time span. And now, with the click of a button, you can even pull in all of the different tasks and time entries from Atarim as your team was working for these clients based on the time span last week, last month, last year, or so on. Cool. I think that's pretty much it, right, guys?
Yep,
Yeah, I think you
that's it.
touched on everything.
Okay, amazing. So one last thing, come on in, everyone. Here's the link one more time, and make sure that you join. Here. Just drop in a URL or click the register button and join for free. Or if you're an Atarim user but not yet a main WP user, you can go to mainwp.com. Is that correct? I'm just gonna
That's
drop
correct.
this in as well. Mainwp.com,
And
and
if
you can
if you
start
are
for free.
using both, you can, if you enter a site, so let's say you've got a site on MainWP already and you haven't clicked on the collaborate button yet inside your dashboard. If you add it here, it will do exactly the same thing. It will add it to your account. MainWP will pick it up, and then you'll have the widget straight away if this is on your MainWP account already. So you can get started
Yes.
using it by just entering it into here.
Oh, which brings to another point. If you already have tasks inside that website, let's say you clicked on the button and then you're already adding tasks in there. If you're going to go back and click it once again, it's not going to add another one. We're going to match the whole based on the URL. We're going to match the website to make sure that we're opening where we're going to open the same instance so that you're continuing where you left off instead of starting from scratch.
Exactly, yes, and that's only available with the plugin, the extension on the version. So there's two places you can look at it. You can look at it on the Atrium extension, and you can also look at it on the manage site screen. So if I click it
Yeah,
here, for example, it's going to give me the list, and then I can go to each task inside the inbox.
right.
But then if I go to the extension, this is kind of where you want to send your clients to well, where you want to create the instance and then go to the collaborate screen. So if I go
Right.
back to the Atarim plugin and I click here, this is then going to take me to that same instance. So I should have 4 tasks here. So you can see our system picked it up, and now you can see you've got the 4 tasks inside here.
Very cool. All right. So, right on the dark side, right? Todd is saying here. So yeah, with the latest
Nice, Todd.
with the latest dark mode, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cool. So thanks again for everyone that has joined us today. If you have any questions, if you're watching this on the replay, please drop them in the comment section, and someone from our team, someone from Dennis's team, is gonna chime in and help you get started with anything and answer any question that you may have. And thanks for joining us today, Dennis.
Thank you for leading it, Vito. I really appreciate it, and it was great being here.
Awesome. Have a good day, everyone,
Bye,
and
guys.
we'll see you inside.